Hey yogi friends, Kit Kat here in my bathroom in Bali with an orange that I've cut up here behind me, which you possibly can't see. Hey yogi friends, Kit Kat here in my bathroom in Bali because this is where I shoot all my video tutorials apparently. Anyway, I was out and about this morning and I was actually shooting a tutorial on how to breathe through stress, anxiety and overwhelm. I seriously gave myself stress, anxiety and overwhelm shooting that video because there were just heaps of loud bikes where I was and I was dirty because I was kneeling in the ground, and then for some reason my iPhone went on the blink and wouldn't take the video, and then when I got home thinking that I had that video content, I got home and it was gone. Hence my shooting this tutorial in the bathroom and giving myself stress, anxiety and overwhelm. So, how do we breathe through stress, anxiety and overwhelm? Sometimes we might have that well-meaning person in our lives that says, take a deep breath. Now, they're three really amazing words and a super great instruction, but I feel like it's only a part of the instructions that you need. How do we get maximum benefits from taking that deep breath? And what happens after we inhale? In the years gone by, because I would take that inhale breath and I would hold all of that inside me, and I created these layers of stress that lived deep down in my belly, and I described them as a rock. It was like having a stone sitting in there, and then every time I had that stress or anxiety and I would take that deep breath and hold my breath, I would kind of like concrete another layer on top of that stone until it was pretty impenetrable. So that's a really big visual for me when I say I'm finding that anxiety and what it feels like to locate it, give it a name, give it a texture, and then try and peel back or jackhammer through that cement. That's preferable, isn't it? Just get it out of the way. Anyway, you may have a well-meaning relative in your life that can read your body language, or it might show up in your face that you have those feelings of stress, anxiety and overwhelm bubbling up for you, and they will say take a deep breath. So three really fantastic words, but let's see how to really maximize the benefits from taking that deep breath. First of all, if you're going to take a deep breath, we want that breath to be through the nose. This is our primary breathing source. So the primary source for fresh air coming into the body. This is the secondary source. It's the backup system. So first port of call is to close the mouth and start breathing through the nose. When you breathe through the nose, this signals to the vagus nerve, which is called the wandering nerve, and it goes all the way down into your gut. It signals to the vagus nerve to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. So this takes you out of that fight or flight, the dinosaur's going to get me mode, and it takes you into that rest and digest space. So it gives you respite. And this is a really important thing. And that activation comes solely from breathing through the nose. So really important that we shut the mouth, and we start breathing through the nose. So secondly, when you inhale through the nose, all those little nasal hairs, they start to collect some of those airborne bits and pieces that we might otherwise inhale, and then as we move that air into our paranasal sinuses and we start to have the impact of nitric oxide moving through the body, and nitric oxide is a vasodilator and it helps open up the blood vessels and allow the oxygen to move through the smooth muscle tissue into the cells to enable us to reoxygenate our bodies more effectively. So 15 to 25% if you are breathing through the nose and getting that beautiful activation of the paranasal sinuses and all the benefits from nitric oxide. Nitric oxide also helps to balance out our CO2. CO2 is important to the body because it triggers our need to breathe. So with all of these things together on our inhale breath, what happens then? We need to look at the exhale. So the breath doesn't just stop with the inhale. The exhale breath should be as smooth and rhythmic as that slow inhale. And a good way to get to the nitty-gritty of this is just to count the breaths. So inhale for 5, exhale for 5. And that's going to slow you right down. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5, in and out the nose, and that's all it takes. And so it's this beautiful focus, drawing the inhale and the exhale into that slow, rhythmic pace that's going to give you all of those beautiful benefits. What happens here is that as we exhale the breath and we get rid of that CO2, we're actually getting rid of that which no longer serves us: stress, anxiety, and overwhelm. I hope that this tutorial has been helpful for you today. If you're coming onto my YouTube channel and watching this tutorial on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe. Our small business owners out in the world really appreciate your support. Namaste, my yogi friends. Breathe, bend and sit, and I will see you soon.